Hey everybody, my name is Michelle Dennison and I have recently started a YouTube channel called A Second to Craft. I am going to be a second grade teacher this year for the first time in 12 years of teaching, and I love to craft. So I started a channel. My husband has a successful YouTube channel called Homebuilt 86. And he's kind of inspired me to use this as a creative outlet for myself. I sell makeup and do videos and tutorials quite often, so this is just another way for me to have a second for myself and something that I enjoy doing. So 2 years ago, February 28th, our oldest daughter, Ella, was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes. She had been losing a lot of weight. People were just telling me she was growing. She was 5 years old. That was normal. She had always drank a lot. So I kind of dismissed that. And then she started wetting the bed. That was kind of my last thing that I felt like something was going on. So we went. She was diagnosed. No one in our family has it except her. And it was very hard. I was 3 months pregnant with our second. We had had 2 miscarriages prior, and it was a very stressful time for our family. I'm a very frugal person. I yard sale. I like to save a buck just like anybody else. So diabetes was a really hard disease for me to stomach at the beginning. It's a very expensive disease. There's a lot of cost involved. As many people do in America right now, we have high deductible insurance, which we have met the last 2 years. The first year we had the hospital stay, so that increased our spendings. And then the second year she got diagnosed with celiac disease, and we had to pay for the scope and the procedures she had done that year. So I'm hoping we don't meet it this year, but who's to say? So the point of me doing this video is to share with you some of the ways that I've found to save money with diabetes. I love to craft, and a lot of the crafts that I do are Dollar Tree crafts. So another thing I use Dollar Tree for is finding inexpensive ways to store diabetic supplies, to replace some of the things that we use that are expensive, and for snacks and sugar loaves. I know that's not a hard thing to find, but sometimes our Dollar Tree will have unique things that I've not seen anywhere else. So I visited our local Dollar Tree today. It wasn't my favorite one. We have several, but it was one that was close on the way, and found 10 things that I feel like can help save you money when you have a type 1 diabetic in your family. So number 1, the first thing that I have found at Dollar Tree that we use quite often are Band-Aids. My daughter is now 8. She doesn't need these as much, but when she was younger and when she was 5 and diagnosed and was getting finger stuck often, we would need Band-Aids. Not that they would bleed, but just at that age where Band-Aids were life. So they have a really fun, cute Band-Aids that would usually cost you $3 to $4 a box at other stores, and Dollar Tree has them for $1. So we just went and they had these Nerf ones. These ones look like, or this is to use the boxes at Target, I'm sorry. They had Nerf ones, just for boys, super fun, and then these really fun LOL ones for girls. So Band-Aids, staple for diabetics, and even if you're not diabetic, Band-Aids, if you have young kids, you know, those are things they want to wear all the time. Number 2, the second thing that we have found that I have invested in are these travel dressing containers, which you probably think that sounds really bizarre. But we still struggle with getting pods and sensors to stick well. So we have stick tack that we carry with us, and we also have adhesive remover, because when we use the stick tack, we usually run into it sticking very well and causing pain for Ella. So we constantly have to have our stick tack and our adhesive remover with us. We have a first aid bag that looks like this. It's very slim. I found it at Target. It goes everywhere with us. It has extra sensors, extra pods, glucometer, her glucagon, which we have the nose spray. Anything that you would need backup of is in this kit. And I don't have room for the whole bottle. The adhesive removers that we use are in a very large container. So I have found that these dressing things are amazing. They're flat, but they're squishy, where they can kind of go flat in that bag. But we open them up, we fill them up with whatever we're using. And then it has a smaller lid that we can put on a swab or on directly kind of rub it onto our arm when we are using those stick tacks and adhesive removers. So these are great. Number 3, the third thing that we get from Dollar Tree are phone chargers and PDM chargers. So this is a really fun spring mini USB that would work for her PDM. We camp, so I hate moving cords in and out. I keep an extra set at school. I teach at her school, so I keep cords at school to charge her stuff if it ever gets low. And I also have them in my car in case we're ever on the run and she needs to eat and for some reason we forgot to charge her PDM the night before and needs to be charged. So charging cables or any kind of like cases and stuff are a great place to find them at Dollar Tree. Number 4, this one has been a lifesaver this summer. So Ella likes to swim. We have tried every kind of patch cover. Like I said, we have that adhesive skin tack and it's gotten better, but I still stress out about her losing her sensor when she's swimming because her blood sugars will drop quickly. I don't worry as much about her pump. I still cover it up. She has an Omnipod. But her sensor, I always try to make sure is connected very well. I want her to be able to swim and have fun, but Mama still worries. So we were spending a lot of money on vet tape. If you're familiar with vet tape, it is a medical tape that vets use. It doesn't stick to the animal's hair. That's why it's called vet tape. But we were told to use that to wrap around her arm or leg or wherever her sensor or pod is. And it was great, but it was a one-time use. So I found these at the Dollar Tree. These are elastic support bandages. If you can find them, buy them up because I just went to look and they did not have any more. This is one we had. We use these religiously in the summer. They come with these metal things, but they have little teeth on them to make them stick. And I don't like those when she's jumping and playing. So we don't actually use those. But it is a stretchy band material. And what I'll do is I'll just kind of wrap it around wherever her sensor or pod is. And then I'll tuck the end in. Obviously this isn't the end, but I'll tuck the end in so that it stays. It can get wet. We lay it out and it dries and we can roll it right back up and use it again. So she currently has a pink one that we've used about 10 times. It is getting a little warped, but we definitely get more bang for our buck with these. We're going to the beach in October and I will be taking these with us. So covering up pods or sensors, these things are amazing. Number 5, especially this time of year with school supplies out, we stock up on these boxes. We use these in her special area classes at school. We put sugars in here, juice in here, backup supplies in here in case she would go low in a special area. The way things are, if she would ever get locked down in an area and not have extra stuff with her, that gives me mommy stress. So I know a lot of you are there in that same boat with me. So we buy these and we just distribute them to the special area teachers at the beginning of the year. The PE teacher will put it in their backpack they carry with them. The librarian will put it in a special spot. The technology teacher will put it in a special spot. And these are what we use to have extra supplies throughout the school in case you would need them for lows. Number 6, a sponge holder with suction cups, which sounds insane. Why would we need this? But we use this to hold our devices. So like I said, we camp. She sleeps up in a bunk bed, and there's not a really good place to store her phone and her PDM. So these can suction to the wall of our camper. Our camper has that the walling. I don't want to say plastic because it's not a plastic. I'm not good with, my husband would be able to tell me, but I can't think of what it's called. It's not a drywall wall. But it has suction cups and they will stick to that. These stick to just about anything. But if you are going to use this for home use, you can take the suction cups out and have a screw, and this can slide right onto a screw. So if you had a wall, if your child sleeps in a bunk bed, it can go onto the railing. Just very, very handy and helpful to hold her medical devices when she's sleeping, to be able to find them when it's time to use them. Sponge holder, number 6. Number 7, magnetic tins. These little bad boys we use, you guessed it, to store our low supplies. So they are magnetic. You can store Skittles, tablets, your choice of low supplies in here, and close them, and then they can stick to something. We're in a very small school, and I teach at her school, like I've said before. So we self-manage, me and Ella. There are nurses at our school, but they're on a rotating schedule, and so we communicate through our iWatches. And if I notice she's trending low, I'll tell her to eat something, and she has automatic responses. She taps it on her iWatch and she treats herself. So we manage ourselves at school, and we use these inside her desk. These will magnet to the inside of her desk. If she needs it, she pulls it out. It's very quiet and discreet. She can open it, get what she needs, close it, put it right back inside of her desk. These would be great at a grandparent's house to put on their fridge. If you needed to just have them, so like readily have low supplies available, you can keep it in here. Obviously, you're gonna have to keep it stocked. It's not gonna hold a lot, but we use glucose tabs and sugars quite often, so those would fit in here easily, and they come in a pack of 2. So for $1, you can have 2. I have the dropsies. For $1, you can have 2 different locations stocked with low supplies. So maybe they go to a friend's house a lot. You can just put some glucose tabs in here and have them stick it on their fridge, and it doesn't take up a lot of space in someone else's home. Number 8, more storage. Now, I am an organized person, and I like things to have a place. I like to know where they are. With diabetes, I want to be able to access them quickly, and not be dumping loads of stuff on the floor while I'm doing it. So these have been great for storing low supplies. We keep low supplies in these in the camper. They're airtight. We also keep extra test strips, ketone strips, and alcohol wipes in these. They're small, compact, they seal, they won't fall apart, they won't leak. So they can keep supplies in here on the go. You can give these to your child's teacher. I have a little quick box made up for my daughter's teacher. They have an emergency backpack they carry, and they have one of these in their backpack that they just pull out if she needs supplies or needs anything. It's right there for her. These also come in a pack of 2. So if you're having even a sleepover, these would be great for a sleepover. You could throw ketone strips in here, some low supplies, some alcohol wipes. Even if your glucometer is small enough, which ours is, it could fit in here. So these are great for storing medical supplies and low supplies. Number 9, we use the Dollar Tree for low sugar treatment, as well as snacks. My daughter, like I said, was diagnosed with celiac disease, and they have a lot of random gluten-free snacks that we've never seen anywhere else. So we always keep our eye open on the food aisle for new fun snacks for her to have and try. And I just picked out 2 to share with you of some of the things that we get from there quite often. So jerky is a great free snack she can have if she's playing or at school. Most the brands of jerky are gluten-free. If your child doesn't have that issue, you don't have to worry about that, but we do. So we will grab these go packs of jerky for her to take place and have a quick snack if she needs those. If we're on a hike or we're camping, she can grab these out of the camper and not even have to ask and get a nice little snack. We also, I don't know about you guys, but we live by popsicles in the summer, and they have these boxes of popsicles. There are 20 of them for $1. These are not expensive anywhere else, but I like these because these are smaller. They fit in our camper great, and there are 6 of them for 22 carbs, so they end up not being a ton of carbs. They're great for camping. Like I said, she can grab them without asking out of our freezer, and it will not be so much sugar that I have to worry about insulin. So we definitely stock up on these from the Dollar Tree. Number 10, we love getting new fun cups and tumblers and sports bottles from the Dollar Tree. I'm always afraid that she's gonna grab someone's sweet tea or Mountain Dew and drink it. So we always try to have fun cups that we can put her name on, and we can mark it so that she knows that it's her cup and I don't have to worry about her drinking someone else's sugary drink. Or with COVID and germs, it's nice to have her have a marked container. So these are just some really fun. They have almost like a silicone outside cups for the summer that she can grab, and it also has a lid because she likes to spill things like most kids. But we love checking out the new cups. They had some really fun ice cream and pineapple cups at the Dollar Tree today that we grabbed one of. So cups and tumblers and sports bottles are also great to grab. And then if they lose them or break them, it's not the end of the world because some of them are really expensive. And these are a great way to keep it fun for your T1D. So those are just 10 of the things that I picked out today at the Dollar Tree that we use. There are so many other things that you can go. If you go in with an open mind and you look at something and you think, hey, what could this be used for? There are so many ways you can save, not just with diabetes, but in your life as a whole. Crafting, organization, so many ways that you can save money and make life easier for cheap by going to the Dollar Tree. So if you have anything that you use in the Dollar Tree for your diabetes or just a life hack, share it in the comments below. I love hearing new ideas that maybe I didn't think of. So I hope that you maybe took something away from this. You can run to your Dollar Tree and find something to help you make being a type 1 diabetic parent easier, because we all know the struggle is real. And I hope you enjoyed, and I'll check in with you all soon.